Genocide claims could be used as pretext for Russian invasion. US warns Russia was trying to establish a pretext for invading Ukraine with purported claims of genocide and mass graves in Ukraine's eastern Donbas region. The US State Department has said. Earlier this week, Russian media published articles and photographs this week of unestablished secret mass graves in Donbas, controlled by Kremlin-backed secessionists who have been fighting Ukrainian government forces since 2014. Over the past several weeks, we've also seen Russian officials and Russian media plant numerous stories in the press, any one of which could be elevated to serve as a pretext for an invasion, Mr. Price said. Those claims, circulated on social media, include genocide, mass graves and the potential of the Ukrainian government to deploy chemical weapons against the people of Donbas. The White House says the window for a potential Russian attack on Ukraine remains open and warned a fabricated pretext for an incursion could include reports like one on Wednesday about mass graves in Donbas. We're in the window where we believe an attack could begin at any time, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said during a briefing. There is what Russia says and what Russia does, Ms. Psaki said. Russian troops remain amassed in a threatening way on the border. We will know it when we see it, she said, noting the US was seeking a verifiable reduction of troops on the border with Ukraine, but not laying out metrics. She repeated White House warnings of false flag events meant to create the pretext for an invasion and said everyone should keep eyes open for fake videos or reports emerging on Russian media. The warnings came as satellite images taken over the past 2 days show new road construction and a tactical bridge being built across a key river in Belarus less than 4 miles from the Ukrainian border, amid what sources say is an ongoing buildup of Russian military forces encircling 3 sides of Ukraine. Western intelligence and military officials are closely tracking the construction as part of the support infrastructure Russia is putting in place in advance of a potential invasion, 3 sources familiar with the matter told CNN. Moscow denies it has any such plans and this week said it was pulling back some forces and weapons, though it gave few details. Those claims have been met with skepticism from the US and its allies, even as they seem to lower the temperature following weeks of escalating east-west tensions. On Wednesday, the Russian Defense Ministry released a video showing a trainload of armored vehicles moving across a bridge away from Crimea, the Black Sea peninsula that Russia annexed from Ukraine in 2014. A day earlier, the ministry reported the start of a pullback of troops following military exercises near Ukraine. But NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg threw cold water on those statements, saying the military organization does not see any sign that Moscow is decreasing its troop levels around Ukraine. At the moment, we have not seen any withdrawal of Russian forces, he said, before chairing a meeting of NATO defense ministers in Brussels. Countries in the alliance have also expressed doubt, as have leaders in Ukraine. Caught between Russia and the West, Ukrainian leaders have repeatedly sought to project calm but also strength during the crisis. In a show of resolve, President Volodymyr Zelensky declared Wednesday, tipped by some officials as a possible start for an invasion, a day of national unity. To mark the day, demonstrators unfolded a 200-meter national flag at a sports arena in Kyiv. We are united by a desire to happily live in peace, Zelensky said in a video addressed to the nation. We can defend our home only if we stay united. The Russian military hasn't given the number of troops or weapons being withdrawn and offered few other details. And while Russian President Vladimir Putin has signaled he wants a diplomatic path out of the crisis, he hasn't committed to a full withdrawal. While those comments seemed to change the tenor, Western leaders insisted that the crisis was far from over. President Joe Biden said Tuesday that American officials had not verified Russia's claim, and British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace also said it is too soon to tell whether the pullback is genuine, noting that the Russians haven't taken the foot of the gas. I think what we haven't seen is evidence of withdrawal that has been claimed by the Kremlin, Wallace told Sky News. In fact, we've seen continued buildup of things like field hospitals and strategic weapons systems. Until we see a proper de-escalation, I think we should all be cautious about the direction of travel from the Kremlin. On Wednesday, Russian fighter jets flew training missions over Belarus that neighbors Ukraine to the north, and paratroopers held shooting drills at firing ranges there as part of massive war games that the West